And as we sat down, out of nowhere, I saw my mother. I was like, wait, how did this happen? Hey guys, it's Esiri and welcome back to my YouTube channel. How you doing, guys? How you doing today? Hi, if you're new and today's your first time of clicking into any of my videos, hi, my name is Esiri. Thank you for clicking. I hope you do subscribe, and if you're already subscribed, thank you for coming back to watching other videos. Guys, I'm trying to reach 3K, so I'll be very grateful if you guys can click the subscribe button if you're not subscribed and help me get there. So guys, today, as the title suggests, I have another story time. The last time I did a story time, you guys seemed to enjoy it, and you know what, I figured I'd come give you guys another story time. So today I'm going to be talking about, from the title you can already tell, I'm going to be talking about the time I went clubbing at 15 and my mom caught me. Yes, that's what we're going to be talking about today. So let's jump right into it. So guys, yes, this happened when I was 15, and that was when I was about to write my WAEC exam. So WAEC is the exams you write as a senior secondary school student in Nigeria to gain admission into the university. You have to write WAEC for you to be able to gain admission into the university. So, but I wrote my WAEC from SS2, so I didn't do SS3. So I wrote my WAEC from SS2, and my school that I go to don't really accept people trying to write WAEC from SS2. You have to get to SS2 before you write exams. So my parents had to enroll me at another school who that accepts students from SS2. So my mom was like, oh, maybe you should go to like the village to write the WAEC. And I was so happy because I was very excited about the idea of going to the village to write my exam, because that would be, I was 15, and that would be like the first time that I would kind of like be independent in such a way, because obviously my grandma lives in the village, so my grandma would be there to, like, you know, watch over us. But you know, you're 15, you're happy, you're like, yes, I'm gonna be independent, my parents are not gonna be here. My grandma lived in the village at the time, and one of my elder brother lived in the village at the time too, my mom's village. So I was like, I was so happy. And my elder brother was very cool. He was the kind of cool elder brother. Sometimes he was annoying, but to a very large extent he was cool. Like, he was very cool in the sense of like he can let me go out. He's not the kind of brother that was very like overly protective in that kind of way. So I was very happy because I know that when I go there I would have like the whole experience, because you know, writing, I don't know about you, but when I hear stories of people who went to write WAEC in like other places, you know, the fun and the stuff, and not just being, you know, not just your parents being there, was really nice. So I was very, very excited about the idea. So my mom took me to the village. She enrolled me at the school. You know, she took me to the principal, because it was a really small school. It wasn't that big. So she took me to the principal. The principal knew me, knew my mom, and she was like, yeah, I want to enroll my daughter and stuff like that. And another of my friend from my school too wanted to enroll from SS2. So I told her like, oh, we can both go to the village together to enroll. My mom has a house there. You can live in my mom's house, like you can live in our house. We can be together. It will be like a friend's holiday, you know, but we're there to write exams, but all the same, it will be like a friend's holiday. And WAEC is usually a month long, so we'd be in the village for a month. So it was like perfect. We were so excited. My friend told her parents, and her parents agreed, because we were kind of neighbors. Like, the parents lived, my friend lived very close to us, so the mom came to talk to my mom, and my mom was like, yeah, that's fine, because my mom was like, my grandma is there, so my grandma is going to look after us. She told the principal about us, so the principal would keep an eye on us, and my brother is there too. So I was like, set. So the day came, we enrolled, and a week to when exam was gonna start, I think, we went there. You know, we took, my mom drove us down to the village. We packed our 1 month bags and books and stuff. We're like, yes, that independence life. We were so excited to go, guys. And then we got there. You know, my mom brought lots of food stuff with us. She brought us, you know, for us to, you know, be able to feed and stuff. And she gave me some money. She also gave my brother some money to be able to take care of us while we're there. And she also gave, I think she gave my friend some money too, if I don't remember very clearly. So yeah, that was it. And then exam started. We would write exam, you know, we would go home. I think it was one week, the first week of exam, you know, we write exam, we would go home and stuff like that. So I think the first weekend we were there, my brother was like, oh, like, do we want to go clubbing? This was my brother's fault. He was supposed to take care of us, but he didn't. My brother was like, do we want to go clubbing? I was so excited at the idea of clubbing, because, you know, Nollywood movies now, you see people going clubbing, and I was like, yes, I want to go clubbing. Oh, I forgot to add, another of my sister, my older sister too, was writing WAEC at the same time. and she went with us too. I forgot to add that. So it was me, my older sister, and my friend, 3 of us. And we're like, yeah, we're interested, we want to go. And it was like, okay, the next weekend we would go, because this was already the weekend. It was like, okay, the next weekend he would take us. We were so excited. And the club, he was, you know, it wasn't like a club. You know how village life is now, you know, like those kind of bars where people can just stay till like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and they call it club. You know, that's what you, if you know Nigeria typical village life, you understand what I'm trying to talk about. So that's what he was calling club. It wasn't like a proper club per se. It was just like a bar that people can dance and stay up till like 1 o'clock before they go home and stuff like that. So we're very excited to, you know, go to the club. Oh my god. So the second week of exam came, you know, we were writing exam. At that time there was one boy in my class that was writing exam with us. I was like, you know, having a crush on. So after exam he would walk me home, you know, like village love things. Guys, I'm cracking. Village love kind of things now. And so that weekend, the next weekend came when we were gonna go, and then my older sister was like, oh, she doesn't want to go anymore. She changed her mind. I was like, okay, fine. My brother was like, okay, fine, it's going to be me and my friend and him. He's gonna take us there. So we were ready. I think it was like maybe 8 o'clock ish. So we took a bike and we went to like, but the place was a little far from our village. It was like the next town, then maybe like 15 minutes from us, from where we live, but it was like the next town close to our village. So my brother took us there. You know, we're just, to be honest, when we got there, it felt really awkward being there, because you could tell my friend, me and my friend were like we were the youngest people there. My brother was obviously sitting next to us. He wasn't letting anybody come close to us. I think my brother didn't have any bad intentions. I mean, it was poor judgment, but he didn't have any bad intentions taking us there. He just wanted us to have a good time, I guess. So, you know, he was taking care of us. He didn't buy us alcohol. I think he bought us malt or something while he was drinking beer with his friend. We were just there seated, guys. So we're there 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and I think it was about 10, 11 and stuff like that. We were there for a while, I'm not gonna lie. We're there for like maybe 2 to 3 hours. I was just there. I was just listening to music. I didn't really feel comfortable, honest to God. Like, I was like, oh, I didn't even feel the excitement, because it just felt weird being there. And as we sat down, out of nowhere, I saw my mother. I was like, wait, how did this happen? It's 10 o'clock. My mom lives like at least an hour away from here. How is my mom is at this place at this present time? I was in shock. I saw my mom. My mom was like, Esiri! I was like, at that moment, I knew I was dead. I knew that if I survived, it's by the grace of God. And my life today is by the grace of God, guys, because I thought that was the day I was gonna die. And my mom was like, what are you doing here? That she was at home and someone called her. Till date, I don't know who snitched and told my mom. Sometimes I think it was my sister who snitched, because she changed her mind and maybe she ended up telling my mom. I don't know, but sometimes I feel like it's her. Oh, I never asked her. She was like, she was at home and someone called her and told her that we were going to club, that she had to call my uncle to come and drive, because it was like at night. It was 10 at night. My mom got there like maybe 10 or 10:30. She was like, she had to call my uncle to drive her down here immediately, and she was actually surprised to see us here. She was like, follow me into the car now, me and my friend. And she took us straight back home, not to the village, back home. And when we got home, my friend's mom was waiting for my friend's mom was waiting for us at home. When he got him, was like, hey, my friend's mom dragged my friend, took her out to their own house, and I was left with me and my parents. Ladies and gentlemen, the beating I received that day, I don't know how I survived. I don't know how I came out alive. My mom beat the hell out of me. Is it cane? Is it stool? She did not use to stone me that day. All the equipment she could find close to her, I think I felt all of them on my butt. She's like, I told you to go and write exam. You are going to club as young as you are. My dad was just in one corner, not even saying anything, because he knows that my mom would take care of the whole situation. My dad did not even say anything. My dad was just there, just looking at my mom take charge. Guys, my mom beat me that day. Hey, I went to bed. I was crying. My mom was like, you're not going to write that exam again. You're not going to go back to write that exam. Guys, that day, I went to bed crying. And then the next day was, I think the next day was a Sunday. So I had to go back on Monday because I had papers, like exams to write. And then the next day, I think in the evening, my mom called me. She was like, you're going to go back to write your exam, but you're not going to stay in the village. I would hire a bike man. So my mom hired a bike man for me that would come and pick me up at home every day as early as 7 o'clock, take me on his bike to the village, which is like an hour. I'll be on the bike for an hour, guys. The man would wait for me, make sure I finish, and immediately I finish, put me back on his bike and bring me back home. I was like, my 1 month of being independent has gone. Oh, let me use my hands to scatter my plans. Hey, I was so pissed. That's how my mom did for the rest of, that's how we did it for the rest of the exam period. So my mom hired a bike man. The bike man would come every day as early as 7 o'clock, like days, because it's, when you're writing WAEC, it's not every day you have like exams to write. Some days they can be doing like chemistry, and if you're not a chemistry student, you don't have to go that day. So the days that I would have like papers to write, he would come that day as early as 7 o'clock, take me to the village, wait for me. There was one day I tried to evade this one. I remember that day very well. I gave him a wrong time that I'll be finishing. I think that day I finished early as 2 o'clock, but I told him I'll finish 6 o'clock because he didn't really used to check my timetable. So whatever time I gave him, that's when he came. I was like, so I had like 4 hours, you know. 6 o'clock came, this guy hasn't come. I was like, ah, maybe this man has forgotten about me today. I was so happy. Like 7 o'clock, I saw this bike man coming on his bike. I was like, hey, what kind of life is this? This man, you cannot just even forget for one day that somebody exists and you have to do a job. He was like, oh yeah, enter the bike, let's go home. Guys, that was how for the rest of the, I think it was 2 weeks. That was how for the rest of the 2 weeks I was being biked. Carson just came home, if you're hearing a door being opened. That was how for the rest of 2 weeks I was being biked from home to my exam center and biked from my exam center back home. And the other punishment my mom gave me was because my mom has, at that time, my mom still do actually, she has a shop at the market where she sells stuff. So she was like, my punishment is every Saturday or days that I don't have exams, I will have to go to the shop with her and help her sell goods at the market. That was another punishment that my mom gave to me. So on days that I don't have exam, I will go to the store with my mom. On the weekends, I had no weekends. My weekends were gone except Sunday, and even Sunday she told me, don't you dare leave this house. That was my life, guys. That was my life. After a while, you know, time passes, your parents forget that you did something as terrible as going to the club at 15, and you know, but the punishment still continued. I ended up going to the store every day from that was when 2000, I think I wrote my WAEC 2007. So from 2007 until 2011, I was going to the store every day. When I got into university, it wasn't a punishment anymore because I was following my mom to the shop every day. I knew the prices of the things at the shop. I know what to sell. I know how to sell them. So my mom just turned me to the designated market woman. Sometimes we would just sit down at home and say, Esiri, take the store key, go to the store. So even when I went into university, it wasn't punishment anymore. It was just part of my life. Now when I got into university, when I come back home for holidays, I'm going to the store. I didn't have time. My mom will be calling me, Esiri, are you not written exam in school? Come home quickly. I don't know how she always knew that we had done exams. We've done with exams in school. She calling me, I guess I don't finish exam. Or you know, they come house. You know, those kind of things. That was how I became a market woman for like the next 6 years of my life because of one mistake I made. But yeah, guys, that's it all. That's the time I went to the club when I was 15, and then I'm glad that today I'm alive to tell the story, that I did not die in the process. My parents did not kill me. I'm still alive. Don't do it. If you are 15, don't go to the club. Don't try to be like me. Okay? Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give a thumbs up. If you enjoy story times, let me know in the comment section. I still have some fun stories that I would love to share with you guys. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'm trying to reach 3K subscribers. Help me get there. Share this video, and I shall catch you guys in my next one. Bye!